prototype rounds. And it's really, really cool. It's hard to describe when you finally see it out there, but to be that close to it, to be able to see it come to life, it's indescribable, really. One, we're really, really excited to present this Rave Green kit. It's one of our favorite ones to do every single year because it's got so much history to it now. The first thing that stands out, of course, is the contrast sleeves. It's the first time we've done it with you guys. It's a classic soccer silhouette. It's a classic look, and we think it looks really, really good here. So as it relates to the green, one of the fine details that you see when you get up close to it is this embossed S, and it runs throughout the entire green front panel. It's really, really cool. Our thinking behind that was we wanted to do something different. We didn't want it just to be a plain Rave Green kit, but we did want to create something that was iconic, that could potentially be kind of a legacy for you guys, something that could come back
It's called this.
Good evening, Sounder fans. The Sounders are a win away from the Champions League semifinals. They know who their opponent would be in Santos Laguna. What stands in their way is a powerful Club America and Azteca Stadium. A win or a tie of 3-3 or greater would put the Rave Green through to the semifinals. But as I bring in my partner, Casey Keller. Casey, the Sounders are up against a team that is very tough at home. Good evening to you.
Hey, Matt.
Hey, Casey.
Nice to be here at the 90 with
everybody. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
A little different.
Very, very different, yes, but a lot of fun.
If you are around downtown, come join us in the 90 down here. We will have the action this evening. Seattle, Club America. The Sounders are, in my opinion, the last hope for the MLS to put someone into the finals, the semifinals. I think Salt Lake's against it tonight, 2-0 right now, going into Tigres at 7 o'clock.
Yeah, this is a difficult game for the Sounders, I think, on a couple fronts. One, just because Club America is such a good team. It is a good team. And the second part is I think that untangible of playing at Azteca is something that's extremely difficult for people to understand. You're at 7,800 feet. You've got the smog. Okay, I think it's weather-wise, it's going to be good. It's going to be in the 50s. It's not going to be necessarily hot, but it is an issue when you are 190 minutes into your preparation for the start of MLS season this weekend, and you're talking about a Club America team that's 9 games into their season plus the Champions League game. So the fitness levels will be an issue as this game progresses throughout, as we get into the second half.
Santos Laguna got pounded last night by the Galaxy. DC United bowed out yesterday. Big test for the Sounders. Let's look at tonight's starting lineups for the Seattle Sounders, the exact same 11 that made it to CenturyLink Field last week. Stephen Fry in goal. The back four, Tyrone Mears, Brad Evans, Chad Marshall, Jovan Jones. In the middle, Eric Freeberg, Ozzy Alonso holding with Andreas Ivanschitz in front of them. Jordan Morris, Nelson Valdez, Clint Dempsey.
Well, I think this is what we're seeing. We're seeing the strongest starting 11 once again. I think that's one of the benefits of coming into this tie is almost like a preseason to MLS, is you're not dealing with resting people or getting situated. You had almost a full week to prepare for this game as well from the previous game. There's not a game in between where Club America had a game at the weekend. They had to change lineups. They had to do different things to get ready for this match. So Sounders, strongest lineup they could put out.
Doesn't this give you an advantage heading towards Sporting KC regardless of the result tonight?
Probably if you didn't have to travel 6 hours back from Mexico City, give you a little bit of an advantage.
Sure.
Maybe if the games had been flip-flopped, if the first game had been in Mexico and this game was at home, I'd say that. But that will be a little bit of a disadvantage.
For Club America in goal, Hugo Gonzalez, the back four. They don't change much, only one change in the back. And actually we saw Miguel Zamudio back last week as the left back. Paul Aguilar, Paulo Goltz, Pablo Aguilar, and Miguel Zamudio. In the middle, Andreas Andrade, Osvaldo Martinez, Jose Guerrero, and Ruben Sambueza. Let's stop right there. I had everything that he was out. He hurt his shoulder this weekend versus Tigres, was holding it as he walks off, and we just got word a half hour ago that he was starting.
Yeah, I mean, that's your captain. That's a guy that he knows if he can battle through it, if he can deal with the pain, he's going to be on the field. They understand what this Champions League means. They want to play in the World Club Championships. They want to get back there after winning it last year again. So it is a situation where if you can deal with the pain, the captain's out there.
And up top, Darwin Quintero and Oribe Peralta. You talked about it, Peralta. Perfect. You were saying, don't lose him. A great little toe tap in. Great cross by Sambueza. Peralta's so dangerous up top.
Yeah, Peralta's really a guy that will fade in and out of the match. He'll connect. He'll link up with the midfield, get himself, but then it's all about 2 or 3 touches inside the 18, and he'll punish you if you give him just that half a yard.
Jamaican referee group tonight. Valdin Legister is going to be our centerman. You would probably recognize him if you follow CONCACAF play at all. Last week, a couple more red cards. Here's where I'm holding it up. Here's where I'm optimistic, okay. Casey. 2 weeks ago, 2 red cards. Obviously, Quintero and Peralta, they play both matches against us. 2 more red cards against Tigres. And I just see the undisciplined side of Club America coming out when it gets tight. If there's a time and a set piece, and I think that's crucial, if there's a time and a place where the Sounders have them on their heels, they kind of lose control a little bit.
Well, that will be what I think Ziggy Schmidt is looking forward to, looking to that mismatch that the Sounders were able to show off of set pieces, scoring a couple goals on that way. Excellent free kick from Clint Dempsey, of course. And then it looked like it throughout the match, on corners, on set pieces in the 18, that the Sounders held an advantage. They were able to score as well. And I've watched this Club America a couple times. They've looked a little bit disjointed defensively, both from the run of play and on set pieces. Now, what you just have to be that little bit careful of is that you don't concede a goal. You allow the speed of Quintero to get behind you. We saw how dangerous that was here at CenturyLink. Bigger pitch, a little bit slower pitch. The ball will hold up a little bit more. They'll be able to dump balls in behind and let his pace kind of dictate. It's a tough task, but it's one that if you keep things organized defensively, you don't run yourself out at that altitude, you give yourself an opportunity to score a goal off a set piece, defend well, and maybe let them lose their discipline, because if they are down a goal late in the match, anything can happen.
With the help of Chris Henderson, he showed me a couple times and told me how their back four will collapse towards their goalie when things are moving towards them, and those set pieces. Dempsey didn't do much on that header. He just climbed over a shorter guy. Obviously, technically was brilliant. And here we go with the start at Azteca Stadium. Not quite the 90,000 we're used to seeing as the ball's knocked around, just starting to back up. Steve Zakawani, start your autograph session in the corner, Steve. Club America with the possession here midway with Freeburg chasing around. Club America switching the ball across. Out of bounds for Sounders.
And already you're seeing Paul Aguilar get into the overlap, into the attack, something that I think we saw a ton of times at CenturyLink. And this is a reason why Club America sometimes are a little bit jointed on the counterattack, is because they are so willing to throw their outside backs forward into the attack.
Not only Aguilar, but Samudio last week. Samudio was up in the Sounders' end of play quite a bit as Club America just patiently knocking the ball around. And here comes Sambueza down the right-hand side. Ozzie Alonso right in his pocket following Samudio. Sambueza comes. Ozzie collects the ball, moves it up the line. Quickly to Dempsey, loses possession, and again, Club America on the possession, knocking the ball around the backhand side.
Well, something you're going to see, I think the Sounders had a very high line of confrontation in the first 15-20 minutes at CenturyLink. At Azteca, you got to be a little bit more careful.
Quintero, Peralta, Sambueza outside to Aguilar. Aguilar looking to cross, knocked out of bounds by Jovan Jones for the first corner of Club America.
And I think it's something that the Sounders are going to have to do very well. They're going to have to defend set pieces, because there will be probably a lot of corners for Club America. There'll be probably a few set pieces that they're going to have to defend. If they can keep that good defensive shape, frustrate Club America as much as they can, it'll give them the best opportunity.
I believe it's Osvaldo Martinez on the corner kick, sends it in right in the middle. Freeburg goes up against it. Even Schitz knocks down. First foul on Club America. Very physical last week. Club America quick to foul.
Oh, Club America will. There's no question about it. They don't want to have to run back a long way. So when this ball kind of bounces around, there's no doubt that there's going to be contact, so they don't have to run 110 yards back at that altitude to try to defend a Sounders counterattack.
3 minutes into the match. 0-0. Club America, Seattle again. A 1-0 win. Seattle moves on to the semifinals to face Santos Laguna. Hopeful. That would be in the second week, in 2 weeks in March, the semifinals. Seattle would host the first leg, then down to Santos. We're going to that game, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going.
Cool.
Tell Adrian. Throwing down the right-hand side. Mears looking for Valdez. Valdez chasing, working. Gets possession, knocked out of bounds, but the Sounders disagree. Mears disagrees, and it'd be a Club America throw on the far side. Does that stadium look like it's under construction, or is that just me?
Yeah, Azteca is going through a bit of renovation. It is a fantastic place to play, and I suggest if any fans have the opportunity to head down for a World Cup qualifier, and when that place is full and rocking, make sure you take your raincoat for all the stuff that's going to get thrown at you. But it's still a fantastic environment.
I understand 150 Sounder fans are down at the stadium tonight. Evans controls, drops back to Stephen Fry. 132,000 folks saw Julio Cesar Chavez and Greg Haugen fight in 1993, so they can pack them in that stadium.
Yeah, they had to kind of reduce their overall attendance just because of safety issues, but there's definitely times when you're playing there.
There's no safety issues in Mexico City.
Sometimes, and so I love that, as always, there will be a lot more there than they're actually reporting.
Aguilar to Goltz, knocks it around to Pablo Aguilar. He'll try Samudio on the left-hand side. Patient. Sounders don't need to press, do they?
No, not at all.
At no point do they need to put on the gas pedal.
No, this is perfect where they're saying right now, this line of confrontation, and just if Club America want to knock the ball around the back, let them knock the ball around the back.
Here's Sambueza down the right-hand side. Looks like Ozzy early on is going to be the guy that gets to him. And unfortunately, for Sounder fans, knocked the ball, but it went off Sambueza. Throw in for the Sounders. It looks like Ozzy's going to be shadowing Sambueza most of the first half. Jovan Jones to Dempsey, back to Jovan Jones, who knocks it clear.
Yeah, we talked about that the last game, how tricky it is sometimes when you're playing against a team with the 4-4-2, playing against the 4-3-3, that when you have that outside midfielder for Club America, who slides over? Do you expect Clint Dempsey to drop back with him, or do you want one of the central guys to slide out wide? And it looks like in the start of this game that Ozzy is going to have a majority of that responsibility to slide out wide and mark Sambueza when he comes forward. And probably also switching off a little bit when Aguilar comes on the overlap as well.
Which he'll do often. They find Sambueza down the right-hand side. Again, Ozzy shadows him. Here's Aguilar. Crosses in the middle. Freeberg disrupts that. Jovan Jones knocks it out of bounds for a Club America throw-in. Peralta coming over for the first time. Aguilar with the throw. Looking for Sambueza or Peralta. He's into Peralta. Not clear. Jovan Jones saves it. But Club America knocks it out of bounds for a Sounder throw, and Jovan Jones will throw that in. You know, not much happening. This is perfect for the Sounders' tempo.
Yeah, exactly what they want to do. Ease their way into the match, kind of get that little bit of first breath. It's so difficult, I think, at that altitude. You make that first run and you think, oh, man, I'm not going to be able to play 90 minutes. Once you get kind of used to it a little bit, it's okay. You just got to get those first couple sprints out of the way, and hopefully you haven't found yourself a goal or two behind before you get that little bit of a second wind, and this is exactly how the Sounders are going to want to feel their way out.
Aguilar with the throw, looking for Sambueza. Short. Marshall picks that up over to Jovan Jones, and Dempsey and Valdez playing 1-2, and they're down the left-hand side with Dempsey taking control, cutting in. Cuts over to Morris, who lets it go to Freeberg. Freeberg ready to cross it in. Chested out by the Club America defender. Odd looking, but did the job. Ozzy with control out to Freeberg. Still Sounders control. Interesting to see Valdez drop so far deep with Dempsey and controlling that left-hand side.
Yeah, I think you'll see that combination quite a bit. Valdez will try to be the point of attack and hold the ball up well, bring Clinton, and his work rate is so good that he'll spin, get back into the area, and Jordan Morris coming in on that right-hand side, and Sounders almost getting an opportunity with that Freeberg cross. Sounders patient with the ball inside Club America's half. Brad Evans now right at the 50. Even shits dummies, broken up by Club America. And they're off, but Quintero is offsides, first offside for Club America. They'll press that high line, won't they? Oh, all day long, and I think Quintero will be more than happy to be offsides 5 or 6 times in this match just to spring that one time. And it's going to have to be a situation. As you see the pass, he actually wasn't offside, and that's the biggest fear when you're pulling that offside trap, is getting that timing exactly right. And you know that was an opportunity where Club America should have had a one-on-one on Stephen Fry. Marshall held him on. He was onside clearly, Marshall, and he just stepped up just that little bit too late, and that time the Sounders got the benefit of the doubt.
Nacho Ambriz checking out his club. They got pounded versus Tigres this weekend. They were up 1-0 in the 69th. They give up 4 goals the rest of the way to lose 4-1. Big match in Mexico. They dropped 2 places. They're now sitting in 6th place in Liga MX.
Well, when you're in successive league matches and you get 2 red cards in each, it kind of puts you under a little bit of a difficult situation. Club America just trying to figure their way out in this start of the Liga MX this year.
First set piece for the Sounders, even shits over it. Nice spot to the left of the goalie. He'll fire it in, and he does. A little too far.
Yeah, that's a situation too at that altitude that you don't realize kind of what the flight of the ball is and how much it moves, and it sometimes it takes a few times to service. You think you can figure that out in warm-ups, but it doesn't always work that way.
You said last week about 20-25 minutes to catch your breath. You get going, then all of a sudden you can't breathe, and it's about 20-25 minutes.
Yes, exactly. And then I think the Sounders will get that little bit of a second wind until you hit about the 70th minute, and then you truly can't breathe. So I think that's where you're going to have to...
that sounds phenomenal.
Where the Sounders, the less they are going to have to exert themselves in this first half, the less that Club America pushes the pace, the less that the Sounders are chasing shadows, the easier it will be as this game progresses for them.
Mears with the throw-in, 10 minutes in, 0-0. Club America hosting the Seattle Sounders. We are down at the 90 if you can stop by downtown. Full crowd. Beer and wine served here. And Casey Keller. Dempsey with the ball inside Club America's half. Club America gets the ball, knocks down Dempsey. He's looking for a call. No call, moved on. Sambueza, again shadowed by Ozzy Alonso. Moving out to Quintero on the right-hand side. Quintero looking across. He switches all the way across. Osvaldo Martinez, the engine for this club. They're looking for the offsides. And he was. Quintero makes another move, clearly offside here. Not nearly as close.
No, and as you can see, very clear. Two yards distance, but that is that little bit of fear that the Sounders will have to be aware of as this game progresses. You get that little bit tired, you get that little bit less sharp mentally, and it's that one little run, and you're saying to yourself, I don't want to chase him. I don't want to chase him 30 yards. If I step up, I don't have to run 30 yards. But as we saw already, how difficult it is to get that timing right.
Jovan Jones with the nice move there, pulling up, making Quintero offsides. Mears fouled.
Yes. Andrade just not wanting to chase.
We're still talking about Jovan Jones pulling up on the outside.
Not wanting to chase Tyrone Mears.
And here's Jovan Jones with the nice cross, unfortunately too far for Morris. For another goal kick.
It's the same thing. It's that distance. You just don't understand that the ball's going to travel an extra 5 or 6 yards. You put that pace in, and it's out of bounds for a goal kick instead of what at sea level would have dropped right about 6 yards out for an opportunity for Morris.
Short goal kicks as they are quite often in Mexico, knocking the ball around. Aguilar, Goltz to Aguilar, Zamudio.
But that's where I was a little bit surprised. I thought that on a goal kick situation, it might be an opportunity. We'll have to see as the game progresses, and the Sounders might need to get a goal if they step that little bit higher, knowing that I'm going to put Chad Marshall up against Peralta to win that header, Brad Evans against Quintero, and see if you can gain a little bit possession higher up the field.
There's Aguilar, little dummy by Quintero, lets it go. He knocks over Ozzy, but Jovan Jones clears the ball up. Valdez not quite to it. Sambueza controls. Aguilar back to Sambueza. Cuts it through the middle, too far. Stephen Fry easily collects and releases Ozzy immediately. Who dummies past, gets it a little bit too far, loses control. Club America gets the loose ball. Sambueza everywhere on the pitch. I really enjoy watching him, Casey.
Yeah, that's why he's the captain. He's a very experienced player, naturalized Mexican citizen from Argentina who really has been a key performer for Club America over the years.
Andrade tries to chip the defense too far. Stephen Fry collects. The Sounders in possession. 13 minutes in, 0-0. Club America's Seattle Sounders. Sounders are 4-7 away. 4-7-4 in away games in the Champions League. 5, 7-4 after tonight?
Well, it is a difficult. You talk about the advantage that a lot of teams have. If you're in Houston, you're already 4 hours closer to going to the Champions League games. It's just the geography of being up here in the beautiful Pacific Northwest doesn't make it real conducive to travel down to Central America midweek. Team traveled on Monday down to L.A., trained in L.A. on Tuesday to get in, just to try to mix up that travel a little bit and give them the best advantage. And at times it is a difficult task for teams in the Northern Hemisphere to go down and play these games.
Sounders controlling the ball. Freeberg, Evans, Alonso, Evans. Get rid of that ball, Brad, before Quintero gets you. Back to Stephen Fry, who will clear with his left foot. Jovan Jones can't save it, out of bounds. Throw in for Club America. And Club America, we're talking about the Sounders being patient. Club America doing the same.
Well, they don't need a goal. They know they're through it 2-2, so they can kind of reserve that little energy as well. I mean, we talk about the Sounders not being used to it. I don't care if you train or play at that altitude. Altitude's still going to take an effect. Yes, they will be a little bit more adapt to it, but it doesn't mean they can now all of a sudden adopt an English high-pressure style at 7,800 feet. It's just impossible.
Pass across. Darwin Jones intercepts. Mears will track it down. Not before it goes out of bounds for an America kick. Still want him in. Club America, top of the box. Sambueza comes across. Fires. Aguilar right.
And again, if you're thinking that Paul Aguilar is your right back.
Sure.
That's how comfortable that Club America are in possession, that their right back can be pretty much almost be playing as a right wing back and be that high up the field and be getting volleys from inside the 18. So the Sounders need to do a little bit better job keeping possession when they can to try to push Aguilar a little bit further back and make him respect the fact that he's supposed to be a defender.
Jovan Jones back to Stephen Fry, who clears it. Nelson Valdez up. Even Schitz has control of it. Nelson Valdez called for the foul.
Yeah, not quite sure what the Jamaican referee saw on that. It looked like a good challenge from Valdez. And I think they have an advantage with Valdez. If they have to play a little bit longer, that his ability to kind of hold the ball up, directional heading to keep possession higher up the field, really, we'll see when that comes, if it stays at this aggregate scoreline 0-0 today and 2-2 over the aggregate, when the Sounders have to push that little bit harder to get a goal.
Very compact, the Sounders right now. Very disciplined in defending this Club America squad. There's Aguilar on the right-hand side looking for Sambueza, but he's shut down. Back to Goltz. Goltz pass intercepted by Jovan Jones to Ozzy. Jovan gives up the ball. Nelson Valdez working hard like he always does. Ozzy collects, switches over to Mears. Mears slowly brings it up the right-hand side. He finds Morris. And back to Mears. Evans and Freeberg to Ozzy. To Evenschitz. Sounders are on the move. They find Nelson Valdez and just slightly past Nelson Valdez. He looked like he let the ball go through on purpose but could not control to the keeper. Gonzalez moves and the Club America quickly into the Sounders area. Cannot find Peralta. How quickly they move from keeper to touch and they're inside the 18.
And that's the difficult part. Sounders a little bit out of possession. Clint Dempsey dropping a little bit deeper to try to get a hold of the ball, and as he kind of comes back, it just opened things up a little bit. As he plays the ball through to Valdez, who's not able to collect, you have that little bit of relief that you said, I'm finally in possession, when you concede it so quickly. After that, Club America not taking any break, getting it out quickly and almost creating a good goal scoring chance of themselves. So that's that little bit of concentration that you have to keep when you're a little bit tired after maybe chasing Club America around a little bit longer than you hoped.
Club America with possession on the left-hand side, Samudio. And that was right after a great opportunity. They found some space with Evenschitz. Here's Quintero. Referee, no foul on Ozzy Alonso. Brad Evans out to the right-hand side with Mears. Hucks it up. Valdez knocks it down, doesn't find Morris, but finds Freeberg. Evenschitz gives it up to Quintero. Sambueza now on the counter. Quickly, Ozzy Alonso gets in his way. Sambueza still with possession. Knocks it to Peralta. Peralta in the corner. Saved and hit Brad Evans. Quintero with the excellent opportunity. Knocks Brad Evans right in the leg. Little to the left, and Club America get on the scoreboard. Great opportunity by Club America. And they're still in possession. Aguilar on the right-hand side finds Sambueza. Peralta with Marshall on his back. And here's Evenschitz getting the ball out of bounds, throw in. Great, dangerous move. Unfortunately great, but a great move by Club America. Very dangerous by Quintero.
Yeah, it was really the first good combination play and possession higher up the field for Club America. Sambueza does a tremendous job of looked like the Sounders through Ozzy had done another overlap into Quintero from Peralta, and excellent stop on the line to keep the score at 0-0.
Sambueza, Peralta, Quintero, dangerous folks for Club America. Almost made it 1-0 Club America. 0-0 in the 20th minute. 2-2 the aggregate. Azteca Stadium. Casey Keller, my name's Matt Johnson. Thank you for joining us here on SoundersFC.com as Morris pressures the Club America man out of bounds.
And it's about finding those opportunities higher up the field. The Sounders won't be able to sustain pressure that high up the field for 90 minutes, but when you see an opportunity to go win the ball high up, Sounders have to go as a unit, 3 up top, try to put them under pressure, win the ball higher. If they break that pressure, quickly drop back behind the ball at midfield. Good opportunity that Jordan Morris noticed that he was able to try to win possession high.
Mears finds Valdez on a long throw. Couldn't control. Club America clears out to the left and clears deep. Quintero scoops up the loose ball and he's on the run. Over to Sambueza on the right-hand side. Here comes Aguilar overlapping. Sambueza will find him. Quintero looking for Peralta, finds him, cut it inside the box. Evans shuts him down nicely. Knocked over. No call as the Sounders get possession. Freeberg, Dempsey. Unfortunate they were on the move. Club America intercepts and attacks inside the area. Nice drive, but Stephen Fry's steady hands. This is nice defense by Brad Evans, Casey.
Yeah, Peralta is such a handful up high. Brad Evans does a good job of winning. And then the foul from Peralta, Jamaican referee, plays advantage as the pass goes to Freeberg. And Sounders look dangerous out on the break, but Samudio does an excellent job of anticipating the pass.
Dempsey with the ball, wants it Freeberg to go to the other side. He does. Jovan Jones coming up the left-hand side. Cuts it back to Freeberg. Sounders will settle in possession. Ozzy to Marshall. Marshall out to Freeberg on the sideline. No one moving for Jones as he knocks the ball to Goltz. Intercepts. Club America on the way with space. Down the left-hand side. Peralta making a run. Andrade with the ball. Left-hand, right-hand side of Fry. Ozzy gets the ball knocked over by Andrade for the foul. Nice defense by Ozzy, not a surprise.
Yeah, very good from Ozzy. Had to be a little bit difficult, a little bit dangerous as Andrade moved into the penalty box. Ozzy had to get his timing just right. Did exactly that. One possession forced Andrade to foul.
Jovan Jones 1-2 with Dempsey. Looking for Valdez to run. Morris grabs the ball, knocked down. Does he get the call? He does get the call. Morris, great run across.
Yeah, perfect from Jordan Morris to be able to find that little bit of gap, use his pace and physical ability to win the free kick. We already saw in the first leg at CenturyLink the Sounders having the advantage in these types of situations. So the more that Morris, the more that Valdez and Dempsey can draw fouls in these type of areas, it's a good opportunity for the Sounders.
Valdin Legister giving the 10 yards for Osvaldo Martinez. Evenschitz over the ball to the right of the keeper. Great set piece opportunity for the Sounders in the 24th minute. All the big men lined up in the box. Great piece. It just misses the goal. Evenshitz with the great cross. The header scuffed to the right. Brad Evans knocks down. There's Quintero looking for the counter immediately after a great opportunity by the Sounders. Love to see how that was just missed. A Sounders head ball. We're going to see it all year long by Evenshitz, Casey Keller.
Yeah, that fantastic service. Something that I think the Sounders had missed for a few years, just having that consistent service into the area. And as it goes in, just a little bit of pressure on Jordan Morris, and he's unable to direct his header toward goal. In the end, it's not the direction of the header wasn't dangerous, but the situation proves once again just how dangerous the Sounders look on set pieces.
25th minute, 0-0. Seattle Club America. But those are the set pieces you're looking for. Nice run by Morris, fouled. Evenshitz with the great ball. Club America gives it up. Sounders back again as Ozzy finds Valdez. Valdez looking for Evenshitz, making the run. He does down the left-hand side. Guarded by Aguilar. Comes wide, trying to get a corner, and if it didn't go out of bounds, they did get a corner. And that's as good as any offensive play, isn't it?
Well, for the way that the Sounders are kind of maybe approaching this match, it's absolutely the more opportunities they can get for that service into the area, put Club America under pressure, the better it'll be.
First corner for the Seattle Sounders. Evenshitz above it. Morris, Marshall, Evans, Dempsey, all in the box. Here's this piece, another nice one. Unfortunately, Chad Marshall knocks the ball out, but he doesn't get it out of bounds. Back to Evenshitz. Another fine cross, cleared away by Club America. Out to the left-hand side, and Andrade making a move. Freeberg stops him and keeps the counter-attack in control. Finding Peralta out to Sambueza. Sambueza going down the right-hand side, taking on Jovan Jones. Jovan Jones looks to have got the ball, did not. Committed the second foul for the Sounders. Sambueza, I got to be honest, I've been watching Sambueza 3-4 games. He gets kicked there. He doesn't flop like a lot of South Americans.
No, but I think the important thing for the Sounders, I was a little bit surprised. I thought as that ball broke out that there would have been a foul from Freeberg higher up the field just to slow down
on
that
Andrade.
little bit of movement on Andrade on that situation. I think we saw that so often at CenturyLink when Club America lost possession. There was that quick foul just to slow things down. Sounders might have to think about going that route a little bit more, even though it's not necessarily in their DNA.
Osvaldo Martinez and Sambueza over the ball. Great possession. Thanks, Casey, for a free kick for Club America. 27th minute. Martinez looks like he's going to take it, and of course Sambueza takes it. Marshall clears out. And Osvaldo Martinez collects all the way at the 50. Club America knocking the ball around now. Possession inside the Sounders half, all the way over to Sambueza on the right-hand side, guarded by Jovan Jones. Takes on Jones, doesn't get by him. Nice piece of defense, and that was very well done by Jovan Jones.
Yeah, I mean, Jovan Jones is just an absolute tremendous athlete, and as he just continues to get more and more familiar with the way the Sounders like to do things, I think he's going to be a huge asset as the season progresses.
Little scuffle down here on the right-hand side. Dempsey and Sambueza collide. Referee quick to come over. High kick, didn't get a lot of contact. Oh, but the foot to Dempsey's head might be what Dempsey's a little aggravated about as he draws blood. And you want a healthy Clint Dempsey, but a pissed off Clint Dempsey isn't a bad thing either.
It doesn't hurt, but yeah, that's always those little situations that come into play at times.
Valdez looking for something more from the Jamaican referee. The Jamaican referee coming over to the AR on this side. Dempsey goes down. Can't think it's on purpose as we get a replay. Sambueza goes up in the air, and we're going to see this foot go right across his forehead.
kind of looks on purpose, Matt.
Well, that's right in front of the AR on this side.
Well, I think I've played with Argentinian players. I've played against Argentinian players, and they have a great way of doing things on purpose that look like it's on accident.
Fighting the body on the way down.
Yes.
Big cross all the way over to Jovan Jones. Sounders on the move. Valdez looking for the ball. He gets it from Jovan Jones, but disrupted by Sambueza, who goes against the other way. Andrade on the move, headed into Sounders territory with Freeberg on his back. Freeberg makes him cut back. Here comes Sambueza, clean all by himself to the right of the box. Shoots Stefan Frei, great left-handed save on Sambueza, who all of a sudden was all alone inside the area.
Yeah, Stefan Frei does a good job just holding at that near post, knowing that if you're going to beat me, you're going to put this far post, and stands up well, gets the left hand up. Nice save, Stefan Frei.
Defense late to get him. Marshall cut down the angle. He went near post. Stefan Frei's big left paw got it. Corner kick for Club America, knocked out after a 1-2, knocked out by Jovan Jones. Another corner for Club America. Their third of the evening. Osvaldo Martinez to take. Knocks it to the center. Misfired. Club America possesses the ball 25 yards up, and a foul is called on Evenschitz as two players collide, both needing help. One Sounder, one Club America player. Looks like they knocked heads. They're both down. Both teams are calling for their trainers to come out. And this is the foul on Evenschitz. Andrade got the call here.
Which it really just looks like two guys going for the same ball. I'm not quite sure where you
could have been either way.
Where you point to one. I haven't quite. There's the replay. There's just Evans. The edge of it looks like Evans is down after the clash of heads.
Can't quite make out the Club America player, but Evans is down. And you know Brad doesn't go down unless he's knocked.
No, this is a difficult situation. Part of it is always that safety with the concussion protocol and everybody trying to make sure that, it looks like Chris Cornish has a towel out. I'm not sure if Brad Evans has been cut in that clash of heads.
Paulo Goltz is a Club America player. Zach Scott on the bench for Ziggy Schmid. Would obviously be the natural replacement if Brad cannot go. Here's a replay of the head-to-head.
Yeah, Goltz does a great job. Rises above Brad Evans, and I think on the follow-through after he heads it, just kind of comes down and makes contact, purely accidental.
Goltz looks like he's up. Brad Evans still on the carpet. It's Nacho Ambriz takes a look in the 32nd minute. 0-0, Club America, Seattle. They want to show it one more time, they will, and here comes Goltz just coming in the back of Brad Evans' head. Brad Evans telling Chris Cornish, seriously? He's up on his feet. Dr. Morris in the house. As Ziggy Schmid looks on.
We'll see how quickly Dr. Morris can stitch up Brad, get him back on the field.
As we joke as we're in the posh 90 having a beer. Brad Evans coming to the sidelines, towel on the back of his head. I'm sure he doesn't want to come out in the 32nd minute. Didn't take 2 flights to get to Mexico City to come out. But again, to reset, the Jamaican referee gave that call, said Evenschitz, you're right, Evenschitz and the Club America player did the exact same thing. Evenschitz is called for it. Third foul on the Sounders. Did you see the Santos game last night? You didn't miss much. LA was unlucky, and all of a sudden it was 3-0 and the game was over by halftime.
Sounders had a tough match down in Santos Laguna a few years ago, so I mean it's purely understandable. I know there's not a lot of love lost watching LA get hammered down in Mexico, but still you want to see MLS represent well in Champions League.
Stefan Frei setting up his wall. Club America with the take, 25 yards out. Osvaldo Martinez with the shot set up by Rubens Sambueza off the wall. Corner kick for Club America.
The wall does exactly what it's there to do. Stands up, it's brave.
Fourth corner for Club America. Sambueza to take. Peralta in the middle. Sambueza to take the corner kick and does. A lofter out to the 18, out to the 12-yard line, 12-yard spot.
Yeah, Goltz just unable to direct the header anywhere near. Nice and comfortable. And I think there might have been a foul on the call.
Up top.
Stephen Fry able to play the ball a little higher up, trying to push his defense higher, trying to get a little bit of possession higher up the field, relieve some of the pressure that Santos Laguna has put on in the last 5-6 minutes.
Coming to the 34th, 35th minute, Casey, Brad Evans said last week, you don't need to score anytime into the, you can score in the 85th, you can score in the 90th. As the Sounders get possession, left-hand side, Clint Dempsey to take on the defender. The defender does well, ball loose, comes out to Sambueza, comes across to Osvaldo Martinez, who crosses over to the left-hand side, and Club America on the move. Overlapping Samudio, looking to probe Tyrone Mears. They come the other way. Osvaldo Martinez in the middle. Back to Martinez. Left-hand side. Samudio. Quintero comes all the way back to get the ball over here to the right-hand side. Aguilar looking across. Does not. Finds Sambueza. Taken on by Even Schitz, but then finds Aguilar, but too long for a goal kick. Both teams patient.
If the Sounders drop into almost a 4-5-1 in defense, it's a little bit difficult times when the outside backs get tucked in so narrow. You got to just be a little bit careful when you're so clogged in the middle that you just don't allow Aguilar tons of space to get on the overlap, a ton for Samudio, and you have that little thought process that any player that's under pressure knows that there's 20 yards of space out wide that he can just clip it out to an overlapping outside back, and they can continue to put the pressure on.
Here's Ozzy getting control and making a run down the left-hand side. That will run out of bounds off Club America for a throw-in deep in the territory, and that's exactly what happened in the 18th minute with the overlap. And they found Aguilar, who found Quintero with that great shot that was saved by Brad Evans. A throw into Clint Dempsey, who's taken on by Goltz. And now Aguilar back to Ozzy. He's going to switch fields, finds Freeberg. Freeberg possesses. Quick cross, too far. Couldn't find Dempsey. Out for a goal kick, Club America. 37th minute, 0-0. As Ziggy Schmid pacing the sidelines. Doesn't look too concerned yet.
No reason to. First half, a lot of time for the Sounders to up the pressure. As we're going to continue to mention, as the Sounders are able to kind of reserve as much energy as possible to put a good push if they need to. They still understand they've looked very dangerous off of the couple set pieces they've been able to put in the box, both off of corners and free kicks. So no reason to hit any kind of panic button right now. Most important, just to keep it at 0 at the back. Keep Club America, get them frustrated, get their fans frustrated.
Club America probing down the right-hand side. Here's Sambueza, shut down by Even Schitz. Quick cross, let go, but Stephen Fry has it. Brad Evans lets that ball hit the ground. Stephen Fry quick to get it. Quintero right there in case something, if Fry did not get the ball. Sambueza just quickly turns, crosses that ball in.
Yeah, awkward cross coming in, and
everyone's getting a hit in the head tonight.
Well, Stephen Fry sees it very late as Brad Evans ducks. Stephen does a good job of just keeping it close. Excellent job from Tyrone Mears, just kind of shielding in between Quintero and the ball and allowing Stephen the opportunity to collect at the second attempt.
Sounders lose possession. Club America on their back line knocking around. These defenders are impressive. They don't miss a minute. They played 8-9 matches every single minute. The Aguilars, Goltz, Samudio's the only guy that hasn't played every second as Dempsey grabs the ball, but is dispossessed by Quintero. Quintero making his move up on the right-hand side, Finds Peralta, Sambueza, back to Peralta. Peralta just to the left of Stephen Fry, almost looked like a toe punch out of nowhere. Quick little poke. Very dangerous with the three of them on top of the box.
Yeah, Quintero having options, trying to figure out which direction he's going to go, and as Sambueza just comes in and makes the challenge on Freeberg, falls nicely to Peralta, who really doesn't have a lot of options, just tries to turn, hit it with anything he can, hits it with his toes, and Stephen Fry happy to see it go just wide of his right-hand post.
Just to the right of Stephen Fry, Stefan Freeberg, Eric Freeberg, stepped on by Sambueza. Sambueza says sorry about that. Goal kick, Stephen Fry knocks it over Dempsey's head all the way towards the final third of Club America. They collect. Sambueza on the right-hand side. They're on the move. Sounders no possession the last couple times when the ball started at Stephen Fry's feet.
And there's that space that I was talking about, that switch out wide, where without any kind of thought process can just look up, find an overlapping Samudio in 20 yards of space.
And it's Samudio now and Aguilar who are pressing all the way up for defenders. Chad Marshall knocks the ball clear from a Quintero pass. Jovan Jones collects right at the top of the box. Finds Even Schitz, who finds Dempsey. Dempsey cannot get past Goltz, who puts him on the move. Aguilar once again with Sambueza. You'd think Aguilar's a midfielder. Here's Sambueza coming, cutting in. Disrupted by Ozzie, Marshall, Jovan Jones.
Sounders again do a great job. Pause as Jordan Morris gets out on the break.
As Morris takes it down the left-hand side, has possession, has no help around him, but drops the ball to Dempsey, who flicks it to his right, finds Freeberg. Ozzie moves it farther over to Mears. Freeberg, Mears play 1-2. Valdez, Dempsey, Morris all in the box waiting for a cross. Has not yet come. Ozzie is found by Freeberg, crosses ball, Valdez knocks in his goal! Help bomb by Pablo Aguilar. Valdez gets the goal in the 41st minute, and the Seattle Sounders, out of nothing, Casey Keller, lead this game 1-0.
Well, it starts with a great run from Jordan Morris just to relieve the pressure. And then it's an excellent combination play leading back to Dempsey. Gets it out wide to Freeberg in the middle. Freeberg gets it out to Ozzie Alonso. Takes his time. Great cross. And then it's all about Nelson Valdez. It's a little bit behind him, and he just kind of flicks it. Might go down as an own goal. But it starts with a good cross in the area. You put players under pressure. Valdez gets a touch. Comes off of Paulo Aguilar for the own goal, but no problem. Valdez will take it all day long. And the Seattle Sounders find themselves 1-0 up at the end of the first half.
Unbelievable.
Now it'll be interesting to see the response from Club America. Club America was kind of very happy at 2-2, just kind of letting things go. And now as they go behind, giving the Sounders in the driver's seat to go through, what kind of pressure will they do to step up?
Well, how about just getting to halftime 1-0? You brought this up last week when Dempsey had the free kick. Here comes Club America down the right-hand side, and they quickly find Quintero, and there's the goal once again. Quintero just flicks it on from across, and a minute and a half after the own goal from Valdez, it is 1-1. Just saying.
It's Groundhog Day from last week. You know, it's just one of those situations that the Sounders needed to get themselves back into a good defensive shape, make things difficult, make Club America play the ball further back. They're still celebrating going 1-0 up, and Club America hits them again with the hammer blow. Excellent cross into the area. Quintero with the fantastic finish, giving Stephen Fry absolutely no chance, but once again, Sounders just unable to hold on to that lead.
Nice 1-2 from Sambueza and Aguilar. Find Quintero, flicked header inside the post, beautifully finished. But you got to get to halftime 1-0 if you're the Seattle Sounders. What a big, huge goal that was, own goal or not, but with Valdez and Aguilar on the other end. Just heartbreaking to give that goal up in the 42nd minute to Quintero.
Yeah, it is. It's tough, and it's one of those situations still, though. At 1-1 going into halftime, you just got to look at it and say, at 0-0, you would have been happy. You would have been okay. Yes, it's difficult, but the Sounders have to really compose themselves, figure things out, get themselves calmed down, and understand that there's still going to be 45 minutes to play. All they need is one more goal, keep it at zeros at the back in the second half. They already have shown that they've been able to get a goal on the counterattack. They've looked dangerous on set pieces. Still no reason to hit the panic stations. Don't allow Club America to get on that run, really put them under a ton of pressure, and get the second and third goal and put this game out of reach.
Club America with possession here in the middle of the park. Again, it's got to be a 3-3 tie tonight for the Seattle Sounders to move with the tie with the away goals, as Club America has scored the 2 goals back here in Seattle. 1-1, 3-3 on the aggregate. Have I confused you yet?
No.
No, not you. You okay?
I've been there a few times.
Out wide to Sambueza, who's not flipped sides. He stayed over here on the right-hand side. Find Quintero. Peralta drops it to Osvaldo Martinez. Looking for the overlap on the left-hand side. Doesn't find it. Goes back to the right of Sambueza, who flicks it on to Aguilar. Aguilar moving in on Jovan Jones. Stops him. Quintero taking on Marshall. Jovan Jones stops that and gets Even Shits on the move. Quintero gets the ball back from Even Shits and Osvaldo Martinez on the move, but the Sounders clear away. And now the Sounders have 11 behind the ball, probably inside their own 30. Not wanting to give up the second goal in this first half. Club America now probing down the left-hand side, finding Andrade on the left-hand side. Sambueza's made his move over there. Quintero up top of the box. Over to the right, Aguilar. Aguilar quickly crosses, knocked down by Jones. And Aguilar will wait, throw the ball in. 45th minute right now. Stoppage time. We'll let you know what that is shortly. Peralta posting up Brad Evans. Crosses in the middle. Doesn't find his man, but Osvaldo Martinez picks it up. Here's Andrade. Out to Sambueza on the left-hand side now. Mears to take him on. Over Mears. Crosses into Peralta, who cuts down, finishes. Past Stefan Fry. Peralta with the goal from Sambueza. Killer goal to be given up here right at the end of the first half. 2-1 Club America right at the edge of halftime.
Well, the Sounders do such an excellent job at getting up 1-0 to take the lead, and then just to lose the concentration this final 3 minutes of the second half after going 1-0 up. It will be extremely frustrating, but it just shows you again, you bend without breaking, but in doing that, you have to be extremely physical in the middle of the field. And once again, we're talking about Peralta. Peralta just drifts in between Chad Marshall and Brad Evans, and the quality of cross plus the quality of Oribe Peralta, you just can't afford to do that, and the Sounders now have a mountain to climb as we start to head toward halftime and into 45 minutes of the second half.
Sambueza with a beautiful cross to find exactly what Casey's saying. Peralta finding a small bit of space between Evans and Marshall. Hammers it home to Stefan Fry's left. 4-3 aggregate now for Club America. 2-1 tonight. Whistle should be blowing any minute, unfortunately, for the Sounders, as they've given up 2 quick goals late in the first half. Quintero in the 42nd, Peralta in the 45th. Mears with a throw in deep into Club America's side. Looking for Valdez. Finds Dempsey, but Valdez called for a foul in the box.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those situations where you Club America were more than happy just to kind of play at their own pace when it was 2-2, knowing that they were going to go through on the away goals rule, and then you concede the goal, and it just kind of poked the bear a little bit, and they kind of woke up and put the pressure on. The Sounders really haven't been able to really get the pace back up as Club America step things up.
Halftime's called by the Jamaican referee. 2-1 here at halftime. 4-3 the aggregate. Club America over the Seattle Sounders. Casey Keller, Matt Johnson. We will be back right after this.
MLS Soccer Sunday is back. First on ESPN, the Portland Timbers and Columbus Crew battle in a rematch of last year's MLS Cup. Then on FS1, Jordan Morris makes his professional debut with the Sounders versus Sporting KC. MLS Soccer Sunday, this Sunday on ESPN at 4:30 Eastern, then on FS1 at 7 Eastern.
It's a unique experience, you know, to be able to go from the very first day of starting to concept these new jerseys. We reach out to the clubs, we let them know here are the silhouettes that we can work with. Here are some ideas. What are your thoughts? You know, and they come back to us with their brief, and then it's a collaborative process, and we go through various iterations, 2 full prototype rounds. And it's really, really cool. It's hard to describe when you finally see it out there, but to be that close to it, to be able to see it come to life, it's indescribable, really. One, we're really, really excited to present this Rave Green kit. It's one of our favorite ones to do every single year because it's got so much history to it now. The first thing that stands out, of course, is the contrast sleeves. It's the first time we've done it with you guys. It's a classic soccer silhouette. It's a classic look, and we think it looks really, really good here. So as it relates to the green, one of the fine details that you see when you get up close to it is this embossed S, and it runs throughout the entire green front panel. It's really, really cool. Our thinking behind that was we wanted to do something different. We didn't want it just to be a plain Rave Green kit, but we did want to create something that was iconic, that could potentially be kind of a legacy for you guys, something that could come back in future iterations of the kit. It's something that, you know, we think is really, really cool and unique to you guys. There's a great little detail in there, the interneck tape, sky of blue, sea of green. Obviously something that we've seen in the stands, something that we've seen, a phrase used by your fans and by this club, and that really speaks to Seattle and this community. It's a reflection of all the water that's here in the city, the Puget Sound, the Pacific Ocean, obviously, and we just feel that it really embodies kind of the natural beauty of this place, and we really kind of want to be able to bring that to life on the field. And the Pacific Blue itself, it's awesome. I mean, it's just, you look at it behind me now, and you know, it just calls to you. There's no other way to describe it. It's the seal of Seattle. It's Chief Seattle himself. You know, obviously voted on by your council, and that is the piece that they get some influence over in this kit. So it's always a nice touch to be able to bring in their voice and bring in the voice of the fans on every single kit that we do. We know when it's a success, not just because people are buying it, but because people seem to have a instant connection with a particular kit. And we've seen that with various iterations of Sounders kits throughout the years. But people walk in and they just say, that is what I want. And you can tell on that when you're here for first kick or you're here at the second game, and everybody in the crowd already has it on their back.
Dempsey floats it in, and back to the net. Dempsey with an unbelievable free kick.
It's all in the box. Another great set piece, and it's in. Dempsey header down on the ground, beats Gonzalez. A beautiful, beautiful set piece. Far post to Dempsey.
MLS Soccer Sunday is back. First on ESPN, the Portland Timbers and Columbus Crew battle in a rematch of last year's MLS Cup. Then on FS1, Jordan Morris makes his professional debut with the Sounders versus Sporting KC. MLS Soccer Sunday, this Sunday on ESPN at 4:30 Eastern, then on FS1 at 7 Eastern.
it's a unique experience, you know, to be able to go from the very first day of starting to concept these new jerseys. We reach out to the clubs. We let them know, here are the silhouettes that we can work with. Here are some ideas. What are your thoughts? You know, and they come back to us with their brief, and then it's a collaborative process, and we go through various iterations, 2 full prototype rounds, and it's really, really cool. It's hard to describe when you finally see it out there, but to be that close to it, to be able to see it come to life, it's indescribable, really. One, we're really, really excited to present this Rave Green kit. It's one of our favorite ones to do every single year because it's got so much history to it now. The first thing that stands out, of course, is the contrast sleeves. It's the first time we've done it with you guys. It's a classic soccer silhouette. It's a classic look, and we think it looks really, really good here. So as it relates to the green, one of the fine details that you see when you get up close to it is this embossed S, and it runs throughout the entire green front panel. It's really, really cool. Our thinking behind that was we wanted to do something different. We didn't want it just to be a plain Rave Green kit, but we did want to create something that was iconic, that could potentially be kind of a legacy for you guys, something that could come back in future iterations of the kit. It's something that, you know, we think is really, really cool and unique to you guys. There's a great little detail in there, the interneck tape, sky of blue, sea of green. Obviously something that we've seen in the stands, something that we've seen, a phrase used by your fans and by this club, and that really speaks to Seattle and this community. It's a reflection of all the water that's here in the city, the Puget Sound, the Pacific Ocean, obviously. And we just feel that it really embodies kind of the natural beauty of this place. And we really kind of want to be able to bring that to life on the field. And the Pacific blue itself, it's awesome. I mean, it's just, you look at it behind me now, and you know, it just calls to you. There's no other way to describe it. It's the seal of Seattle. It's Chief Seattle himself. You know, obviously voted on by your council. And that is the piece that they get some influence over in this kit, so it's always a nice touch to be able to bring in their voice and bring in the voice of the fans on every single kit that we do. We know when it's a success, not just because people are buying it, but because people seem to have a instant connection with a particular kit. And we've seen that with various iterations of Sounders kits throughout the years. But people walk in and they just say, that is what I want. And you can tell on that when you're here for first kick or you're here at the second game, and everybody in the crowd already has it on their back.
Dempsey floats it in! And back to the net! Dempsey with an unbelievable free kick!
It's all in the box. Another great set piece, and it's in! Dempsey, header down on the ground, beats Gonzalez. A beautiful, beautiful set piece. Far post to Dempsey.
MLS Soccer Sunday is back. First on ESPN, the Portland Timbers and Columbus Crew battle in a rematch of last year's MLS Cup. Then on FS1, Jordan Morris makes his professional debut with the Sounders versus Sporting KC. MLS Soccer Sunday, this Sunday on ESPN at 4:30 Eastern, then on FS1 at 7 Eastern.
Welcome back to the 90 here in downtown Seattle. It's halftime, just finishing halftime leg 2 of the CONCACAF quarterfinal. Seattle Sounders unfortunately giving up 2 late goals to Club America, down 2-1 here to Club America. And Casey, really it was the Valdez and Aguilar own goal. If the Sounders could have, and they needed to go to halftime at 0, that was the key to the match right there.
Well, it was actually the same situation at CenturyLink a week ago where, Sounders take the early lead and then are unable to hold that longer than about a minute. And it's so difficult when you're playing against the quality of opposition that you are to work as hard as you have defensively, get yourself the lead, and then concede it so quickly afterwards. And when you're playing at Azteca, you needed a situation where you frustrated Club America. You got them into the 70th, 80th minute with that 1-goal lead, creating a couple little chances, and then being able to hit them with the pace of Morris on the counterattack. Maybe the set-piece prowess with Ivanschitz's service in the box. And unfortunately for the Sounders, it all went horribly wrong in the final 3 minutes of the first half.
Valdez, maybe an own goal. We're giving Valdez a goal. It looked like it came off Aguilar in the 41st minute. Quintero in the 42nd, and Peralta from Sambueza in the 45th. Sambueza, to me, is the man of the match. He's everywhere. The little flicks keep the defense on their back heels, and you don't know where he pops up. I just said that he was on the right-hand side the whole match, the whole first half, and all of a sudden he just makes his living in about the 35th, moves over and dominates the left-hand side. Great cross to Peralta, and that could be the dagger.
And that's what you have when you have the 2 strikers in Quintero and Peralta. Quintero gives you that option of pace over the top. Early on in the match, Sounders got a little bit fortunate. Quintero had broken the offside trap, but the linesman got it wrong, and the Sounders were benefited from the free kick. And then you have that ability of Peralta to kind of drift in and out and just find himself open in the area to take the lead. And it's a tough task now for the Sounders, who aren't fully match fit. We talked about that a lot more in the first game, that the Sounders' first game with 90 minutes, sometimes you're at home, you've got that adrenaline flowing, and you seem to find a way to get through, even though you're not quite fit enough. Then you have to go on the road. You have to travel the way you have. You're dealing with altitude. You're dealing with a good team. You don't have a ton of possession. You lose that little bit of concentration against the quality of attack in Peralta and Quintero, and bad things can happen in a short period of time.
A couple minutes away from the second half starting again on this Sunday, the MLS opener for the Seattle Sounders, 4 p.m. at CenturyLink Field. Tickets are still available. It is packed. It will be packed, as it always is at CenturyLink, but tickets available at SoundersFC.com. A week away from home. That's Saturday against RSL, and then Vancouver. So, coming back, regardless of this, need to get right back on it, because these teams are going to be big in the West, and it's a big home opening, or a big 3-game stretch for the Sounders to open the season.
And you're not coming off of it in that normal hosting a home game, having all week to prepare, have a good routine. You're flying back all day tomorrow. You'll probably have an abbreviated session on Friday, then you're quick at it on Saturday, and then you're straight into your league opener. So it's not ideal for the Sounders. Yes, these are great preparation games, but I would have loved to have maybe had the ties be switched and maybe have the Sounders be playing home tonight, so they didn't have that travel leading up to the first league match. But you're pros, you deal with it, you got to do what you got to do, and I'm sure the Sounders will be ready to play on Sunday.
Again, 2-1 right now at halftime, 4-3 the aggregate in favor of Club America on Ziggy Schmidt's bench. Goalkeeper Tyler Miller, Aaron Kovar, Darwin Jones, Zach Scott, Nathan Sturgis, O'Neal Fisher, and Christian Roldan. We did see last night as Bruce Arena, as they got thumped down at Santos Laguna, Bruce Arena did use all his subs, 55th, 65th, 70th, got some of his guys off to save them for this weekend. Hopefully, for Sounder fans, Sounders get back into this here in the second half. As you said, no reason to hit the panic button. It was just that turn of events in those 4 minutes that was so, had the lead, boom, now you're down 2-1, but no reason to hit the panic button.
No, not at all, and I think that the Sounders just have to get the next goal. I think that's the most important thing. Keep it at zeros at the back. Don't concede another goal. You get the next goal, and then anything can happen as Club America starts to panic a little bit, feeling that maybe they're giving something away, so play nice and simple to start with.
And we have kicked off. Club America with possession all the way back to their keeper. Slow rollout here out to the right-hand side. Been saying Aguilar, but Aguilar gives up the ball. Even shits right away. Freeberg, top of the box, fires it and over the top. Unfortunately, of Hugo Gonzalez's net, a nice opportunity from 22 yards out for Eric Freeberg.
And that's why you just have that little bit of patience. You have a little bit of mistake at the back from Club America, picked off by Valdez, who finds a wide open Freeberg, who just really can't direct a shot anywhere near Hugo Gonzalez's goal. But that's just how quickly you can get back into a game. No reason to hit the panic stations.
That's too bad it's not on frame. Make Gonzalez work a little bit as Even Shits gets that loose ball. And again, the Sounders, though Dempsey gets dumped, didn't appreciate that at all. But the Sounders do have possession. Valdez gets dumped, and that is called against Club America.
So a little bit of a shaky start in this first minute for Club America. Give away possession, now commit a foul in an area where the Sounders have proven to be extremely dangerous against this opposition.
Even Shits on over the ball. He pushes Ozzy Alonso away. I would say anything inside the 50 he's going to take and put it into the dangerous area. 47th minute, here's Even Shits with a set piece deep. Knocked out by Club America. Should be a corner kick for the Seattle Sounders.
Look, an equalizer takes this to extra time, Matt. I mean, so there's no reason to get too crazy about things. You don't have to push right away. Keep things tight. Every little opportunity like this that you have, take advantage of it, but don't let Club America get out on the break afterwards.
Even Shits to the right side of the goal. Eric Freeberg close, but he'll throw it in the box. Great corners by Even Shits. Lofts it, finds Dempsey, who volleys it full on. Valdez tries to get it, but bicycle kicked out by Osvaldo Martinez and cleared free. Dempsey knocks down Andrade. No call. Sounders get possession. Find Dempsey. Dempsey out to the left. Even Shits ready to cross. He does. Lofts another one. Little too far. Club America scoops. Lets it run for a throw-in.
And still, once again, not the most comprehensive defending off of set pieces from Club America. Sounders looking very dangerous off the initial service, keeping that second phase alive, looking dangerous off the second phase as well. So, and again, Sounders having plenty of opportunities to get themselves back in this match.
And a good start by the Sounders here in the second half. Samudio finds Quintero on the throw-in. 1-2, Quintero gets running down towards Fry, but Stefan Fry gobbles up the ball. Sounders have possession. Ozzy goes down, doesn't get the call. Quickly to Quintero. That's blocked and knocked away by Evans. A long shot by Sambueza, but Ozzy's got to do better there on top of the box. That's a very dangerous ball to give away.
Well, you've seen a couple times that Club America will kid you a little bit in their defensive pressure. There'll be times where they'll kind of back off, let you kind of play it. Then other times where they feel the opportunity, particularly Quintero, he will pressure quickly, and Ozzy not ready for that pressure. Unfortunately for the Sounders, the shot goes wide.
Ozzy fell looking for the foul, didn't get it, and Club America was off. That was obviously their best opportunity of the second half. The Sounders have had most possession in the first 3 minutes. Stefan Fry picks up a loose ball. Marshall lets go. Stefan Fry starts it back up, knocking it off to Ozzy.
Well, something that'll be very important as this half progresses. The Sounders are going to have to do a really good job of winning second balls. Pressure's going to be from Club America higher up the field. They're going to have to play the ball longer, but the more they can hold the ball higher up the field, relieve that pressure.
Here's Aguilar on the right-hand side, all the way up to the line, crosses in, finds Andreas Andrade, who crosses to the right, scores past Stefan Fry, and that could be the dagger at 3-1 Club America in the 50th minute. As easy as Aguilar going all the way down, beating Jovan Jones, crosses the ball in, and Andrade just slots it to the left of Stefan Fry.
Well, once the Sounders conceded early in this match, or probably late in that first half, but once they had conceded, the thought that this goal really doesn't matter a whole lot in a lot of ways. They were going to have to score 3 goals to win the game. Now 3 goals in a draw, they still go through. So I'm not too worried about that goal right there, but it shows just the frustration of how quickly Club America is able to find those little bit of spaces
Not only that, Casey, but they're so clinical. I mean, there's Aguilar, the right back, all the way down to the touchline, beating Jovan Jones, who hasn't been beat all night, really. And Andrade, with just what he needed to do, kept the ball down. Freeberg doesn't keep the ball down. Andrade keeps the ball down, slots it, really passes it to the left of Stefan Frei. These guys are so technical in everything they do.
Well, and that's what that little bit of a difference can be at times. We saw what Clint Dempsey was able to do off of the set piece and then scoring on the second goal off the header. But it's you can't give.
Jovan Jones now in the box, finding Dempsey. Dempsey fighting for it, cannot get the ball, taken away by Club America, going the other way, and Andrade once again beating a couple different players. Valdez wants the throw, and I don't think he's going to get it. It's going to be a Club America throw.
Well, what you can't do at this level is you can't give quality opposition, i.e. Peralta, Quintero, the opportunities that they had from the distance that they had. You do that too often, you're going to get punished. Club America have been extremely clinical in the good chances that they've created in putting it at the back of the net. The 2 or 3 half chances the Sounders have had, they've gotten one goal but unable to capitalize off a couple other Club America mistakes.
3-1 tonight, 5-3 the aggregate, 52nd minute. Azteca Stadium, Club America looking for more as Peralta is upended by Evans. Great defense. They both look like they've got the worst of that. They're both down. Evans holding his thigh. Peralta's still down in the box as Even Schitz finds Ozzy Alonso, and Sounders have possession, but they'll knock the ball out of bounds thanks to Eric Freeberg. Stefan Frei coming up to both of the players. Evans is having a rough night, knocked in the head. Now looks like he got it right in his left leg. Peralta tumbles over him.
Yeah, Peralta's a handful as well, and Peralta's a big boy, and Peralta just kind of block tackled on Brad Evans, had to be brave with that little bit of difficult ball that came into him, and he's definitely on the worst for wears.
Brad Evans getting the magic spray from Chris Cornish. Peralta just up, shaking off his knee. I don't know if it was knee to knee. They both look a little frustrated about it. Evans gets knocked in the back of the head by Goltz early on. Now he's trying to walk off either a knee or a calf. He's just like, let's get to the Kansas City opener if it stays like this. Put some ice on it. We're seeing Ziggy Schmid talking to Evenschitz what he wants to do on the counter for the offensive play for the Sounders. 54th minute, 3-1 Club America. Explosive Club America, just boom, boom. Evans makes his way to the sideline. He's 10 yards from Peralta, throw in from Club America. They'll just knock it back to the Sounders goalie. Peralta looks like he's ready to come in before Brad Evans, and he does. He jogs back on the field. So obviously the Sounders down a man against a dangerous Club America team, and Evans, worse for wear, finds his spot next to Marshall. Stefan Frei clears, but out of bounds. Throw in for Club America. Club America looks like, with Andrade, and they're running up to throw the ball in. They smell blood here, Casey.
Well, we talked about how difficult it was going to be for the Sounders fitness-wise. Even if this game was at sea level, it would have been difficult at fitness-wise. You add that 7,800 feet altitude, and now under a little bit of pressure, conceding a couple goals, and it is going to be a Herculean task for the Sounders to get back into this match, but it's just frustrating the way after taking the early goal lead, that the lead before halftime, that so quickly they conceded.
Freeberg with a short pass to Dempsey, intercepted by Club America, and they're coming down the left-hand side with Andrade, and of course Samudio will be overlapping, and he will get the pass here from Andrade. Crosses in, top of the box, nothing doing as Jovan Jones picks up the loose ball, finds Evenschitz.
Across just a little bit behind Peralta, who again has been a tremendous thorn in the Sounders, just showing up at different times, and he's a player that doesn't need many chances to put the ball in the back of the net, and he's proven that again tonight.
Pass is coming up a little short now for the Sounders here in the 55th as Freeberg goes a little short again. Valdez could not control. Club America controls on the back line, knocking it around patiently around the right. But don't think the patience doesn't mean they'll attack. They'll attack here momentarily. Right-hand side, and there they go, a little 1-2. Club America member steps on the ball, loses it. Sambueza top of the box, and he goes for another shot, but over Stephen Fry. Gives a little high five to Peralta. Sorry, I didn't pass that time.
But you can just see how quickly now that Club America, when you take that extra touch defensively, you don't maybe have an option. They're so quick to put pressure on and to try to win the ball back higher up the field. Now they'll let the Sounders have possession just a little bit, get themselves into a good defensive shape until they feel they can wind that pressure up to get back out on the counterattack.
Little triangle, Jones and Alonso even shits over to Evans. Evans this way to the near side of Mears, finding a stumbling Morris. Thankfully, the ball goes past Morris to Valdez, back to Morris. Morris has got it on the right-hand side, taking on a couple players. Back pass inside to Dempsey from Valdez, but too far, and possibly the best moment of the match. That wasn't a goal. Valdez had an open Dempsey, led him too far, and went out for a goal kick.
Well, this is what you get from Jordan Morris. You get a physical ability with his pace and strength to hold off players. Great awareness to know that Valdez is trailing in behind. Good little back heel. And Valdez knows he should have done better with that square foot pass to a wide open Dempsey in the middle of the field.
Nice run by Jordan Morris. His best offensive attack of the night. Little back heel to Valdez, who sprung the whole play open to Dempsey. Unfortunately, again, out for a goal kick. Club America 35, 40 yards out. Osvaldo Martinez out to Andrade, who's taking on Tyrone Mears, cuts it into Quintero. Quintero switches the ball all the way over to Sambueza, who's back on the right-hand side, flicks it immediately over to the top, but saved, a shot saved by Stephen Fry. Paulo Aguilar all the way to the top. I can't believe their right backs, how much goes on with their right and left back.
But it's interesting, too, with this 3-1 lead, you think maybe they would be just that little bit more cautious, understanding that they've done the hard work, but that's not in this team's DNA. Club America will attack with the two outside backs. They'll leave themselves space to be exposed. Extremely important now for Dempsey, for Jordan Morris, to try to take advantage of that little space, but at the same time, you just can't allow this Club America to get at you, because we've seen how dangerous they have been.
And here they go once again with Andrade already in the box, trying to cut through the middle, cut down by Brad Evans, knocked out for a Club America throw-in. And in 4 seconds while you were talking, they went 50 yards.
Exactly, and that's how quickly they can get at you on the counterattack. You think you have possession in their half. The minute you turn it over, you thought a good position you were in turns into a detriment.
Knocking the ball around midfield. Club America patient. And they'll go patient attack. Knocking around with Pablo Aguilar, and to the right, Goltz. Goltz coming up. Ozzy to stop him. Crosses all the way over to the left-hand side to Andrade, who's taken on by Mears. Middle of the park. Osvaldo Martinez now makes a run. Quintero dummies to Peralta. Martinez to the right, but out. Nice shot, nice 1-2 from Peralta and Quintero. Osvaldo Martinez shoots to the right, the left of Stephen Fry for a goal kick. But how dangerous was that in small spaces?
It's a fantastic combination and awareness again from Club America. Quintero dumbing the ball to Peralta, who then just flicks it to Osvaldo Martinez. Martinez needed the ball to swing in, and instead it swung out, and Stephen Fry very happy to see the ball travel outside his left-hand post for a goal kick.
Sounders need to look for possession here as they're giving it up pretty cheaply. Dempsey comes back to midfield. Ozzy knocks the ball around Ozzy. Freebird looking for the ball. Ozzy cuts through, short pass to Valdez. Valdez knocked down. Club America get the ball. Loose ball moving on. Sambueza finds Peralta, who's looking for Quintero. Knocked down by Evans. Evans on Peralta's back. Peralta finds Samudio. To Sambueza, to Peralta. The name should be familiar by now. All the way in the back with Samudio. Club America is still with possession now in the Sounders half. All 11 Sounders behind the ball. Sambueza taking on Jones comes up and hits him in the chest. I don't know if his arm meant to hit him that cleanly, but took Sambueza out. No card on the play.
I think that was a little bit of payback for the Clint Dempsey challenge earlier in. Jovan Jones just waiting for his opportunity. Sambueza just turning, and here comes the contact. Thank you very much.
Well, that's great payback. That's surprising there's no yellow card. Good on Jovan Jones if that's what he does. Nice nutmeg by Clint Dempsey on the Club America defender. Even Schitz looking to cross the ball all the way to find Jordan Morris. He does, top of the box, right-hand side. Jordan Morris to cut through one man, but the second gets the ball, and Club America just has nice control. Andrade gets the ball, gives it up. Freeberg lets it dummy to Ozzy Alonso. Goes to his left, Clint Dempsey to take on the defender. 4 Sounders here on the right-hand side. And he finds Freeberg, back to Dempsey, back to Freeberg. Tyrone Mears playing small triangles here on the right-hand side. Ozzy looking for Mears. He finds him down the right-hand side. Mears cuts it back and not cross to Freeberg. Freeberg about 35 yards out. He decides to cross, looking for even Schitz, but overshot.
It's just one of the rare occasions in the second half that the Sounders have been able to sustain enough possession in the Club America half to allow Mears to come up and support, to allow Jovan Jones an opportunity to come in and support from the other side, and then unfortunately the cross just a little bit too long, but the Sounders still regaining possession.
Throw in for Club America. Quintero here comes this way to Osvaldo Martinez, near side to Samudio, but out of bounds, could not control the pass. Maybe one of the bad passes of the whole match here, 62nd in. That doesn't happen very often. Club America looking for a change. They will make a substitution here shortly. In 63rd minute, Club America downing the Seattle Sounders 3-1, 5-3 on aggregate. Even Schitz plays around with 2 guys, gets through, gets to the right. Jordan Morris with the ball. Looking for an outlet. Mears again, as Casey says, finally moving up to the right-hand side, adding extra pressure to Club America's defense. Even Schitz, Ozzy, Freeberg in a small triangle. Freeberg looking again to find Mears on the right-hand side. Mears looking to take on the defender. Stops. Knocks it over. He and Morris were not on the same page. He's looking for a corner kick. Will not be giving. Goal kick for Club America in the 63rd minute.
Yeah, that's difficult. What Jordan Morris has to learn is when your outside back is that high in possession, the last thing he wants to do is play a square ball, have it cut off just to start the overlap. He's definitely more comfortable flicking that ball down into the corner, and then if there is any problem, it just goes out for a goal kick.
Brian Lozano, we saw Brian Lozano up here in Seattle. He'll make his way in, another workhorse.
And I think there'll be an opportunity. Lozano, another runner in that advanced midfield role, and he will switch sides with Sambueza at times. Very comfortable coming in on the right as well as the left.
Lozano played 60 minutes here last week in Seattle. Small, 5'5"-ish Uruguayan. And they keep coming at you in the 64th minute, 3-1 America over Seattle Sounders. Possession for Club America. Sambueza knocking it back to Aguilar. And that's, I'm sorry, Goltz. Aguilar is all the way over into Seattle's territory on about the 35, 40-yard line. So that was Goltz on the right-hand side. I wanted to correct myself because I kind of like watching Aguilar attack. Not this much, though. Here's Evans going down the right-hand side, and there's Aguilar to come get him. And it goes out for a goal kick, and Aguilar just throws Evans down, quick to pick him up.
Yeah, excellent job from Brad Evans, sliding out from that center back role and reading the situation with Aguilar on the overlap and doing a great job of using his body to shield the ball out for a goal kick.
Aguilar called the foul on the tag team wrestling, the toss down. Real nice that he helped him pick up. Aguilar, barely a defender, been in Seattle's half most of the match. Stephen Fry punts it free. Jordan Morris looks to get on the end of it, but Lozano gets there first.
Those are the situations that the Sounders have to do a little bit better job of trying to win and regain possession in that second ball to relieve some of that pressure. Now as we're pushing into the 65th, 66th minute, you can't allow Club America the opportunity just to knock the ball around. If you can hold it up there up top, use the pace of Morris, use the ability of the one-on-one ability of Clint Dempsey just to try to put a little bit of pressure on Club America. Make them think a little bit. Get that second goal of the match and make them think that they need to be a little bit more careful. With that 2-goal cushion, they can just keep piling on the pressure.
Sambueza knocked down. No call. Here's Quintero, gets past Ozzy Alonso to the left to Stephen Fry, and a great save, one-handed save once again by Stephen Fry. Quintero gets past Ozzy, gets inside the box. Again, nice angle by Stephen Fry to cut it down, but a one-handed save from Quintero's blast.
Yeah, bad decision from Quintero. He does all the hard work, and then always Stephen Fry a favorite.
Here's Quintero's corner kick, a foul, and the first yellow card. So interesting. First yellow card given to Club America.
Well, the only thing I can think is it must have been a lead, and it is. It's a little bit of a lead with that right hand. In a lot of ways, there wasn't a whole lot wrong with it, but all players are gonna jump and give themselves a little bit of cushion with their arm. When you lead with that elbow, you're always in a little bit of trouble. I don't think Aguilar necessarily was leading with his elbow to make contact,
yes.
But when it is raised, there are times when you'll see the card. And there's a even shits with a little bit of some retribution on Sambueza.
Surprised Sambueza's playing. He hurt his shoulder this past weekend against Tigres.
Well, I'm not surprised he's playing because look at what he's done against the Sounders. What I'm surprised is he hasn't been subbed yet with that 3-1 cushion. I'd be a little bit more surprised in the next 5-10 minutes if he isn't subbed out.
Nice 1-2 with Valdez and even shits out to the right. Jordan Morris knocks it off the defender for a corner kick.
Yeah,
Pablo Aguilar knocking the ball out.
These are the opportunities Sounders have to take advantage of. And double substitution coming in from the Sounders. Looks like Kovar and Roldan being ready to come in.
And they will after this corner. Even shits over it. Morris in the box along with Dempsey. Nice cross once again, punched away by Gonzalez, the goalkeeper. Headed free by Club America. Throw in for Ozzy Alonso and the Seattle Sounders.
I think Sounders got a little bit of benefit. Looked like that came off of Ozzy, but
for sure.
they'll take it.
For sure. And that was an illegal throw also on Ozzy. Sounders scrapping. There's Ozzy down the right-hand side with even shits. And Ozzy cuts inside, crosses it to the top of the box. No Sounder there. Jovan Jones gets the ball. He'll look to shoot, takes a left-footed drive, smothered by Hugo Gonzalez. Nice to see Jones all the way to the top of the box there, taking a drive, Casey.
No, it's excellent from the Sounders, keeping the pressure on, getting the benefit of the throw-in, and then excellent ball from Ozzy Alonso to keep things live. Jovan Jones, great left-footed strike. Hugo Gonzalez had to keep it close with both Morris and Dempsey collapsing and is able to collect at the second attempt without any real danger, but good little bit of sustained pressure in the last couple minutes from the Sounders to try to put Club America under a little bit of duress.
There have been bright spots from the Sounders. The start of the second half, definitely here in the last 5 minutes. 69th minute, Club America 3-1 over Seattle tonight. 5-3 aggregate as Jordan Morris has looked to run onto a ball. Aguilar cuts it back to Gonzalez, his goalkeeper. He makes a dangerous pass to Osvaldo Martinez in the middle. Even shits can't get it to the right. And back to Martinez. That keeper is prone to do things like that. Sambueza running at the defense once again. Hits Demirs. Cuts across. But out for a goal kick. Another dangerous play. Lozano with a nice cross/shot. Not sure which one it was. I think it was a cross, but outside Stephen Fry's goal for a goal kick.
It looks like the Sounders were making their substitution.
Jordan Morris is taken out by Aaron Kovar. Same move that happened last week. If it's the same, then there's even shits for Roldan. Last week, I believe it was Freeberg for Roldan. Roldan for even shits.
The Sounders going to have to probably make a little bit of adjustment, move into a 4-4-2 to try to match up against Club America man for man, knowing that they need 2 goals to get back into this tie.
Valdez with some nice work on the right-hand side, wins the ball. Back to Ozzy. Freeberg Cuts it across to Jovan Jones, and the Sounders are on the move. Finding Dempsey in the middle of the park, out back to Jovan Jones. Rodon, Ozzy, back to Rodon. All the way over to Mears. It's Kovar down the right-hand side, back to Mears. Looking for Valdez, a bit short. Club America disrupts, onto Quintero. And they're off. Quintero asked to run. Pablo Aguilar, little long pass. Quintero couldn't find it. Sounders ball. Couple youngsters, Kovar and Roldan, coming in for some energy. Ziggy Schmid looking for a couple goals. 2 goals. Sounders move on. Unfortunately, they're down 3-1 in this match. 5-3 aggregate. Loose ball. Here comes Club America. Peralta on the right. Quintero on the right. But Peralta's pass into the middle. Freeberg disrupts, knocked down. I think he knocked him pretty good. He's holding his head. He was hit by Osvaldo Martinez. Freeberg holding his head. Peralta on the left had options. Gave up the ball sooner than I thought he would.
Yeah, it was a little bit, I think probably Club America would have preferred to have Oribe Peralta maybe running with the ball centrally and be able to pass the ball to Quintero. This is a little bit worrying.
You don't see Freeberg go down, but he's holding his head like he really got knocked. We haven't seen a replay up to this point.
And you see Osvaldo Martinez obviously motioning for the Sounders training staff to get on the field as quickly as they can.
Darwin Jones, Nathan Sturgis, O'Neill Fisher.
Looks like Oribe Peralta is going to be stepping off.
Peralta out for Jesus Moreno.
And this isn't surprising. With the 3-1 lead, Peralta did what he needed to do. And then now it's going to be a situation where they're going to try to shore things up defensively, also have lots of pace that they can come on. So Benedetto, another option to come in up front. Oh, it's a collision between Chad Marshall and Freeberg.
And you're going to lose that against Chad Marshall. Looked like he got knocked a little bit. He's down on the ground. There's Chad Marshall saying sorry. Freeberg looking all right walking off, but Chris Cornish talking with him, and he's not doing much talking to Chris. Jose Moreno comes in, 25-year-old, did not come off the bench. He made the trip up here to Seattle. And he's the man that scored before the red cards went nuts on this weekend versus Tigres. They played a 4-5-1, and he had a great finish against Tigres as the lone striker. They were up 1-0 last weekend versus Tigres, 4-1 20 minutes later. This guy's dangerous up top. But you just said Benedetto is also dangerous. He could start on any team in the MLS.
Yeah, and he's coming off an injury. You're just wondering if it's a situation as this game progresses, if Benedetto then is another option to come on just to build a little bit of form and fitness as Club America trying to regain positions in Liga MX.
Osvaldo Martinez, little back heel, little connector by Zambuesa, a little short. Sounders get it. Mears clears it. Looking for Valdez, chests the ball down so nicely, controls it, looking for some help. Comes outside to Aaron Kovar, who finds Ozzy Alonso. Wow, what a chest control by Valdez. Ozzy dribbles too far, disrupted by Club America. Mears collects the ball back to Stephen Fry. 75th minute, 3-1 Club America over Seattle tonight. 5-3 aggregate. Not insurmountable if the Sounders can get a goal here and add a little more pressure. Ball all the way back to Gonzalez, Club America's goalkeeper. Hucks it free. Knocked down by Chad Marshall, who finds Ozzy Alonso. Aaron Kovar. Valdez, right up the middle to Dempsey. One-on-one, but offside. Offside Dempsey. You see the replay.
Yep, clearly offside.
Offside, and actually the defender made it even a smaller gap. He was 2 yards, and the defender started chasing it to make it almost a yard. Nice build-up, Kovar, Ozzy, the group.
It started with a couple different plays. I mean, one of them with Valdez holding the ball up well off of the long ball, and then with Chad Marshall, Sounders having to put more pressure higher up the field. Hugo Gonzalez having to clear long, Chad Marshall always favored to win that, particularly with Oribe Peralta off. And then Ozzy being able to regain possession and almost creating something for the Sounders.
And the final substitution for Ziggy Schmid as Darwin Jones comes in for Eric Freeberg. All three of the youngsters now. Aaron Kovar over to the right, and he gets the foul on Samudio.
Yeah, now it'll be a really situation where the Sounders will be very offensive heavy, understanding in these last 14 minutes plus stoppage time, they need to score 2 goals.
Aaron Kovar over this as Evenschitz has gone to the bench. Ziggy Schmid sending out instructions. Kovar short with his ball, doesn't make it over the first time. Mears gets the ball, gets the foot on the ball, cleared out to the right. Kovar clears it up, not quite past Martinez. Unfortunately, Kovar, a couple bad plays right there, and boom, boom, doesn't get over the wall, the first man, and then gives up the ball to Quintero. Club America with possession. Martinez now probing, finding Guerrero. Marshall knocking the ball and clears to Stephen Fry, finds Jovan Jones, and they're on the move, the Sounders. That is Dempsey's short pass. Club America, once again, they have no problem moving, coming straight at you. Sambueza knocked off the ball by Ozzy Alonso. Sambueza upset he didn't get the call. Ozzy Alonso over here to Tyrone Mears.
Sounders just can't afford this late in the match to give up possession so easily. Pretty fortunate that Quintero, Tyrone Mears does a great job of defending after the Aaron Kovar mistake, but this is too good of a team to give them those kind of opportunities when you're already 2 goals behind. And now you're looking at Club America just comfortable, just knocking the ball around.
Now finding Aguilar over to the right, crosses the ball in. Fry picks up, but again, Aguilar all the way up, taking on Jovan Jones, crosses the ball in. I think he's a right midfielder, he's not a defender. Mears did well on that one-on-one with Quintero, as he was just patient, made him go to his left, and Mears followed him, cut down the angle. Nothing doing on that giveaway by Kovar. Long ball, Dempsey knocks it down. Unfortunately, Valdez can't get a hold of it. Kind of losing shape here for the Sounders. Not many passes, not many triangles.
You expect that. You're tired now. You're 78 minutes in. You've had a lot of changes. Now it's all about just finding a way, winning second balls, winning opportunities, just to try to put Club America under some sort of pressure. Get that first goal. See if you can get them to hit the panic button a little bit.
Valdez from Roldan, long pass. Gonzalez picks up.
That's just tired. You know, that's the problem. Valdez working so hard this early in the season. Doesn't quite have that full match fitness. Roldan with a good little pass. Valdez just not able to control.
Aguilar with the throw out from Gonzalez. Controls down the right-hand side, but Sounders pick up a loose ball. Oh, dangerous by Jovan Jones. Doesn't get the man. Fortunate he didn't get the man. Now passes up to Dempsey, who's over to Darwin Jones, who's going to make a run with his young legs, trying to get past Goltz, and he won't. Pushes Goltz from behind, but it goes out for a goal kick. But direct attacking by Darwin Jones.
Yeah, it's good. He just has to be a little bit more patient. He has to make Goltz make a decision. Goltz has to either try to make a tackle, try to win a corner for your side to continue to put the pressure. Just too long of a touch. It made it easy for the Club America defender.
To your credit, here's Benedetto, who's been out for a few matches, being injured. Missed last week's matchup here. This is his first action in 4 matches. Club's going to give him 10 minutes as they have another big match this weekend in Liga MX. Bad ball by Evans, loose ball. Quintero gets a hold of it. Left footer over. Obviously, he's a right-footed guy. Left footer over by Moreno over Stephen Fry's goal. See Benedetto getting ready. And more attack by Club America. Aguilar getting loose ball knocked down by Darwin Jones. Osvaldo Martinez. Goltz. Martinez. Out wide here. Club America very patient all of a sudden. '81st minute, 3-1 Club America. 5-3 aggregate. Unfortunately, you got to get that ball. Christian Roldan, now he gets a loose ball. Try to tackle from behind from Club America, but Roldan gets it out wide to Kovar, who's looking for back pass to Roldan. Too far. Club America making their goalie work to the right. Shut down by Dempsey, brought inside, but Club America looks to move and counter. Quintero. You can hear a little olays in the background. Samudio here on the left-hand side. Sambueza. Lozano. Now back to Lozano. Sambueza. Out for a throw-in.
Well, Sounders doing a good job of just making it difficult for Club America. They've given them a couple little half chances. They've had some good last-ditch defending, Tyrone Mears, Brad Evans, but still giving themselves that little bit of hope to get the goal as Club America take as much time as possible as Sambuesa hands over the captain's armband to Aguilar. A little bit surprised that he lasted 82 minutes coming off that injury, and now Benedetto comes on the field, which is going to add a whole nother attacking component for Club America.
Kind of reminds you of Chelsea when Hazard comes off the bench or Oscar comes off the bench. This guy's big time. He's been injured. Nacho Ambriz looking to give him 10 minutes of fitness before their match this weekend against Moriela. Top of the box here to the right of Stefan Fry. Disrupted by Evans, out for a Club America goal kick, 83rd minute. 3-1 Club America over the Seattle Sounders. Throw in to the right of Stefan Fry. Finds Benedetto down in the corner. Evans, Kovar double teams him. Kovar wanted the throw in, gets the throw in. Benedetto didn't agree.
I think another one that maybe the linesman missed a little bit, but that's all right. And Benedetto in an offside position as the ball got played back into the channel and just out for a comfortable. You see Benedetto, little touch from Brad Evans.
Throw in Club America.
Throw in Club America, but Sounders get the benefit of the doubt.
Goal kick, short kick to Ozzy. Coming up the left-hand side here in the 84th minute. Ozzy wants Brad to move to his right. Instead he goes up the middle. Christian Roldan can't control it. And Quintero finds Benedetto on the left-hand side, and he's moving. He wants to show the coaches that he's fit, and he takes a shot from 40.
Maybe a little optimistic from Benedetto. Stefan Fry, not a type of keeper that's way off his line. He was in a very comfortable position, but then again, you can see how tired the Sounders are. Jovan Jones, just a comfortable giveaway back to Club America, who regained possession. And I don't think you can really read a whole lot into this to see how the Sounders season is going to go. This is frustrating, but
Osvaldo Martinez, top of the box. He finds Benedetto, disrupted by Marshall. Sounders get control. Aaron Kovar, but he's disrupted. He's got to learn. He's got to get rid of that ball a bit sooner. As Samudio comes, attacks him. Referee gives advantage. And another wild shot by Club America.
I think that's out for a throw-in.
Yes, that's my shot right there.
Jesus Moreno just wildly shooting from distance, but I think we've already seen in these two ties, when the young players have come on, they've taken them a little while to get into the match.
Nice move by Darwin Jones, freeing himself, getting past the defender, finds Clint Dempsey, who switches to the right-hand side to Kovar. Kovar looking for a little cross, but nothing dangerous, cleared away by Club America in the middle of their box. Osvaldo Martinez comes away, finding space to Benedetto. Lozano, Samudio.
I think it'll be interesting. I think as this season progresses, as the Sounders kind of, they made a very conscious decision to try to get a little bit younger, to give some of the younger guys these opportunities. Well, that's all fine and dandy, but those younger guys have to take advantage of the chance that they're being given. Now, this is a big task. You're coming on the road. You're playing in Champions League games in your first couple games of the year against very, very good competition. But you don't get a lot of opportunities as a young player to prove yourself. And when you get that chance, you have to take advantage of it.
Club America with possession the last minute or so. Switching the ball all the way to the right-hand side. Jovan Jones to get Aguilar. And not to be sour grapes, if Salt Lake doesn't go through, it'll be 4 Mexican teams in the semifinals. Is it set up, this Champions League set up in the quarters at that much a disadvantage? It just seems like being 7-8 games into a season gives us the Mexican clubs a clear advantage.
Yeah, no question about it. It's just one of those odd disadvantages with the timing of the MLS season and the way, look, the rest of the world plays from September to May, and the way that the MLS from March to November, it just, in a competition like this, it leads to disadvantage.
Dempsey having control to Ozzy. Ozzy to the right-hand side. Mears looking to cross, and he does. Nothing doing in the middle, as Kovar couldn't get on the end of it. Club America with it, and all the way to Quintero on the right-hand side, who's going to take on Jovan Jones, or he'll wait for his troops to come join him, and he does, very patient.
But you can see that Club America just don't look comfortable when they're just trying to play the ball around. They look so much more like they want to attack, like they want to go forward, and they just don't look like the team they are when they just sit back and try to let a team go. And a big, hard challenge from Clint Dempsey.
The pass was short. The Club America player came and got Dempsey from behind, but the referee deemed Dempsey coming around with an arm, knocked the young man to the ground, and Dempsey saying, "Who, me?"
Benedetto working hard, trying to create something. Maybe a foul from Kovar that the Jamaican referee decided wasn't the case, and Goltz just coming strong, and Dempsey just feeling the pressure coming across with his right arm. And I think Goltz is just taking a little more time than he needs to be. Club America players telling their training staff that the big center back will be fine.
He took a shot, though.
He took a good shot. Clint Dempsey won't shy away from real contact when he gets the opportunity.
Club America with possession in the 89th minute. Again, 3-1 Club America over the Seattle Sounders. 5-3 aggregate. My name is Matt Johnson with Casey Keller. We're at the 90 here in downtown Seattle. Beautiful venue. Glad the folks here could join us. And Darwin Jones on the move. And is there a call here? The referee, the Jamaican referee, said no as the defender poked his toe in, got the ball back to Hugo Gonzalez, the goalie, and off go Club America. Quintero on the right-hand side being shuttled and shadowed by Ozzy Alonso. No call for you.
No, it wasn't a call. I was just very surprised. Maybe it was a call. Reckless challenge. I just can't believe that Club America got themselves in that poor of a defensive position with a 2-goal lead in the 89th minute. They just do not look. They don't look comfortable in a defensive shape. They look so much more comfortable getting the outside backs on the overlap, and I can't believe you're cramping if you're a Club America player at this time. It must be a knee issue.
I want to say it's a defender that went for the tackle on Darwin Jones.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he actually made contact. It was a little reckless.
You're right. I don't think he did.
I would have loved to have seen Darwin just be that little bit more aware that the tackle was coming. Stand your ground. Let him take you down. It's that little bit of gamemanship that you have to learn, as a young player. And I wouldn't be surprised if this was just a little bit of time wasting from the Mexicans.
Sure,
as well.
The stretcher of life comes out along with the golf cart. And we'll see here. As a defender dives in, doesn't get contact necessarily.
Maybe catches his foot. I was a little bit surprised. I've seen referees not make that call when it's inside the box late in the game because they don't want to call the penalty. With it clearly outside the box, sure. I was a little bit surprised that the whistle didn't come.
That's Paulo Goltz on the ground. I didn't see him get caught up in the turf. It's actually not where the foul was committed, so he got up and went 10, 15 yards outside his goal, then laid down. 4 minutes of stoppage time. We're currently in the 91st minute. As he put on the backboard. Well, they take this seriously. That's a nice golf cart. And he's carted off the field. He looks like he's in pain, to be honest with you. It doesn't look like the flopping we've seen from Olympia and the other Central American squads that have come to CenturyLink Field.
Well, we're going to find out in about...
Old school ice pack. Look at the old school ice pack.
About 20, 30 seconds if he gets up and sprints back on the field.
Makes his way off.
And I'd be a little bit surprised. That looks like it's more than just a little bit of time wasting.
Sounders given the ball on the drop as they had possession. Ozzy Alonso, middle of the park. Again, 92nd minute. See if the referee adds a little more onto that due to the injured Club America player.
I think you got to at least look at another minute at least.
Kovar and Mears 1-2. Kovar knocks the ball into the Club America player, but it's off Kovar for a Club America throw-in. 3-1 America over Seattle. Couple minutes left in this second leg of the quarterfinal. Yeah, he's a little more hurt.
He's a little concerned.
I apologize.
There's no question about it.
Dempsey on top of the box, looking to cross over to Darwin Jones, intercepted by a Club America player. Heaped out, Brad Evans. Over to Jovan Jones, making a look a late run here. Crosses in, short.
Yeah, it was a tired cross, Matt. That's one of those crosses that you just say you've worked hard, you're not quite match fit.
Same with that as Club America gets by Ozzy Alonso. And again on the attack, Lozano. Moreno with the wild shot to the right of Stephen Fry for a goal kick.
Yeah, you would think Benedetto at full fitness would have taken on Chad Marshall and Brad Evans and tried to make something himself. He was more than happy just to hold the ball up, wait for the overlap from Moreno.
Dempsey in possession. Out to the right, Mears. Mears again looking for Kovar. Finds him. Back to Mears. Mears into Dempsey. Back to Evans. Evans coming forward, looking to move the ball up. Hits Valdez. Here's Darwin Jones. A quick little take, but to the left of the keeper, out for a goal kick. Nice play. Valdez is always active.
Yeah, extremely active. Valdez again just showing that his link-up play, his little flicks, everything else. Darwin Jones doing a good job of getting himself in a good position to give himself an opportunity to shot on target.
Goal kick. Hugo Gonzalez taking his time here. His stoppage time almost over here in this second leg.
And I think we've seen on 2 or 3 occasions excellent play from Club America down the right-hand side.
Little 1-2. Club America sprung free, but Brad Evans gets in the middle of that way, out for a throw-in.
But the Sounders having a couple little half chances. Freeberg at the beginning of the second half. Dempsey, pass from Valdez to Dempsey in the middle that just was overplayed a little bit. And
the
then
Morris header early on.
Yeah, that little bit of just even that little half chance for Darwin Jones there to try to make Hugo Gonzalez work, to try to make Club America just get a little bit of panic. And in the end, the Sounders not able to capitalize on those chances.
Darwin Jones tries to get by Club America defender. Can't do so. Clint Dempsey loses the ball. Foul on Benedetto on Brad Evans. Quickly taken Aaron Kovar down the right-hand side. We are into 95th minute, as you said. Should have been some time added. It was for that injured player. Here's Valdez trying to go through a defender, does not make it. Club America with possession and looking to spring forward once again. And they do as they cross the ball all the way to the right. Chad Marshall ushering Lozano. There's Lozano taking on Marshall, getting through it, close to Moreno, but cleared by Brad Evans. Seattle Sounders are defeated tonight in Azteca Stadium. Good showing. Unfortunately, 3-1 tonight, 5-3 aggregate. A lot of class on Club America, and I think there's nothing to hang their hat on because Club America is loaded and they played well.
Well, no question about it. I think the only thing that's going to be the big disappointment is kind of once again, after scoring the first goal late in the first half, to concede 2 goals before halftime to really change this tie. That's the frustrating thing when they look back upon this. The opportunity, both at CenturyLink, when you take the lead there, going to halftime with the lead. Here at Azteca, going to halftime with the lead. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen for the Sounders, and once again, they're out at the quarterfinals.
Lifeline by Valdez, possibly an own goal on Aguilar in the 41st, but minute and a half, maybe less. Quintero in the 42nd, Peralta, then Andrade. They showed class. What did the Sounders take from this moving forward on Sunday versus Sporting Kansas City?
Well, I think they're going to be a little bit of an assessment, obviously, on players. Brad Evans through the wars a little bit. I'm sure some other players will be feeling the altitude, the travel, the everything else that has kind of came with a difficult game in Azteca against a difficult opponent. And then it'll be a case of coming back on Thursday, looking around on Friday, seeing how everybody is, assessing, kind of where they are physically, and then just getting mentally ready for a team. Now, the difference in playing against a Kansas City is they haven't had a competitive match yet.
Right.
So now the Sounders have played 2 difficult matches against a very good opponent who are 8-9 games into their season in full swing, both in fitness and in form. Now it's a little bit more of an even playing field against Kansas City, 2 teams at the beginning of their season that haven't quite got that fitness or form yet.
4 o'clock, CenturyLink Field on Sunday. Pregame show at 3:30 on Cairo Radio 97.3 FM. Casey Keller, you'll join me on that call?
I will.
We're still getting along?
Yeah, of course we're still
So far?
Yes, Matt.
So far, so good. 4 o'clock, Sporting KC at CenturyLink Field. If you do not have your tickets, SoundersFC.com. For Ryan Shaber, Zach Davies, that's Casey Keller. My name's Matt Johnson. Thank you very much for listening tonight on SoundersFC.com. We will talk to you Sunday.